In the world of professional golf, there exists an elite club. A club filled with legends, household names, and rising stars. A club where membership is earned yearly with time, sweat, and dedication. This week, 50 players will gain entry into this exclusive fellowship. The top 25 from the regular season have already secured their spots, and another 25 spots are up for grabs here this week. Some dreams will be realized. Others will have to wait another day. Who will be next to join the likes of Jason Duffner, Grant Snedeker, and Keegan Bradley as the next great Web.com Tour graduate? EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present opening round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship. This is the fourth and final stop of the Web.com Tour Finals. Pressure-packed environment. 50 PGA Tour cards are up for grabs. Frank, this is a great day for golf, and the conditions here at Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, look to be really good.
Rich, scoring conditions are absolutely optimal today. Expect to see a lot of low numbers.
Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
This is the second shot at the par 4. Well, this one is offline just a bit. Look out. And that one is going to end up in the rough. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish. But, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
It's a nice birdie right there.
Could not have come at a better time. Third place now.
Frank, what do you make of the par 5 second?
Doglegs to the left, so there's a decision to be made here all the time, but a good hooking tee shot. That takes the trees on the left out of play, and even the rough on the right. Good tee shot here. I've seen people get home with as little as a 5-iron. Second shot. That's an absolute beauty.
He's set up for his third shot here, looking to get it on the green with this.
Should be safely on deck.
Struck that one pure, about 8 feet away. Beautifully done. This one just requires a little bit of focus. That was a nice birdie, and no doubt he's feeling pretty good about his position on this leaderboard.
A series of good holes in a row has got him to this point.
Now the par 3 third.
Not overly long, but 2 is a rarity here. Difficult green, and you don't see a lot of tee shots actually finish close there for some unknown reason.
Well, this is how you build a good round, Frank. You just keep hitting greens. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. With authority, count it as a par and 2 under. And we pick up action at the 4th. As we catch up with today's featured golfer, we have already seen some excellent play. Frank, what are some of the keys to keeping this early momentum?
Basically just trying to do the same things. We're seeing good driving, good approach play, and very good speed on the green right now. Keep doing the same thing.
They'll be happy with that. In the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Just a little tap in here.
No mistake made there with par.
Frank, how about this par 4 fifth?
I lost count the number of bunkers here, off the tee and sort of in play with the second shot if you're in trouble, or even the one that's sort of left and long. Really good par 4, though. Fairway somehow has to be achieved if you want to reduce this par 4 to just a simple 2-shotter.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot.
And this is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Into the thick stuff. That's a difficult lie. He'll need to be strong with this. Frank, looks like pars are just not good enough at this stage of the tournament.
Yeah, scoring's way too good today, Reg.
Another shortish par 4, the 393-yard par 4 sixth. Frank, what's the challenge here?
Well, there's 2 bunkers down the left, but that's not really the problem. If you hug that left side, there's palm trees that come into play on that second shot.
Frank, now the second shot here at hole number 6.
Yeah, not overly long, but be very aware of these palm trees that are short. Many a shot's caught those trees coming into this green.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
So a tester from 4 feet. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Just a tap in to finish the hole. Frank, how does that par help his cause?
It certainly doesn't hurt it.
Frank, 7th hole here at TPC Sawgrass. How do you break this one down?
Not overly long, 440 yards, but once again, it's a tee shot. If you're driving the ball well, that's fine. You just sort of blister it down there, but you're starting to lose one a little bit to the right. There's 3 pot bunkers there, and of course, if you're fearful of it going left, there's the canal all the way down the left side that'll get your attention.
Frank, you've been there. What's the best way to approach this next shot at the 7th hole?
There's a lot of mounding on this 7th green, to the right and the left. You can use those mounds to kick the ball to the flag. This is definitely not going down the fairway.
It doesn't look good. I think it's going to be in the deep rough. Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game. Just moving that much closer to the leader now, Rich.
Frank, 17 here at TPC Sawgrass gets all the attention when you look at the par 3s, justifiably so. But number 8 is a daunting challenge in its own right.
It is, longest of the 4 par 3s, plus it's just littered with bunkers around the side, the back, and the front.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Pretty good shot right there. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Oh, I thought he had that. Come on, you have to make that, don't you? Drop shot here at the 8th. This would give him a bogey. Frank, this is just an embarrassing performance.
There's no crying in golf, Rich.
Frank, I think this is one of the most fascinating holes on the golf course. The 583-yard par 5 9th hole.
With technology now, a lot more players can reach this par 5 and 2. Gone are the days where it was a true 3-shotter, but I remember when Sergio Garcia hit that 3-wood from, what was it, 270, 280 yards? Still one of the best shots I've ever seen.
Okay, the second shot now at this par 5. Frank, when you think layup shot on a par 5, you think it's easy. This isn't necessarily that simple, is it?
No, you've got to keep the ball to the right. Otherwise, those overhanging limbs on those trees on the left, they become havoc.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Good, clean contact, and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. This is a 13-footer. Too bad, misses the putt and an opportunity. And with that par, moving into the top 5 on the leaderboard.
Nice handful on the top of the leaderboard.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
All right, Frank, now the approach here at number 10. What's the right way to play it?
Just avoid that bunker on the right and don't go too long and left. Over the back left is not an easy up and down.
No doubt they'll be happy with that shot. Well played. Not a gimme, but well within his range.
That we had some trouble. Sorry to make you wait, but it happens, right? All right, let's get back here for birdie.
Come on, don't do that.
Cruel lip out.
So just a formality here.
Man, we've been parring all day.
Did the
We
job
gotta
right.
do better. Alright, it says finish. We have to beat a minus.
Hole number 11,
We
558
can do
yard,
that.
par 5. Frank, players in attack mode here.
Yeah, just try and blitz it down there. There are other bunkers on the left to consider, but really, with that much fairway, this is a green light opportunity.
Look at that thing sail.
And from the fairway for his second shot here.
Alright, let's take this guy. And get a good hit.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up.
Rich, with a lie like that on the rough, you're going to get too much grass between club face and ball. You're going to have to adjust for that and at least take a club or two more.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Early part of this second nine, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie. Getting set now over the putt.
Not that much, I would say. Just a bit more.
Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
With authority, counting.
Missed opportunities.
And 2 under. Up to the 12th, Frank, and a good birdie chance here.
Yeah, good old length, short par 4. This green really divides itself into about 3 sections. There's a little piece to the right, piece short left, and the one at back left. So as long as you know where the flag, as long as you know where the flag is, just push that ball into the section where it is. You get up there, you're only going to have 10 or 15 feet left for birdie.
Now the approach to the 12th. Frank, what's the player looking at?
Well, it's a fun shot here for the second shot, especially if you've driven it down the right side, because then you can see the flag no matter where it is on the green.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now we'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but the short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
And it is in.
Amazing. Amazing.
Look at that. Great shot, my man.
Frank, 17 gets so much attention here at the TPC Sawgrass, but 13, par 3, is exciting in its own right.
It is, and it's actually more difficult than 17. One of the reasons it's longer, and also the green here. 17 obviously has two sections in it, front and top. This has, I don't think there's a flat piece on it. And every now and again we watch a ball roll all over the screen and actually find the cup for the odd ace.
And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
Ooh, that was...
Okay, good shot on the dance
That's
floor.
good. Didn't hold it in again, though. That's good. There we go. There we
Nothing wrong with that
go.
par putt.
Alright, we're under 3 here.
All right, Frank, this one gets everybody's attention. 14th, 481 yards, par 4.
It's not just the length of this hole. Water down the left, mounds to the right. This is it. You've got to buckle up here. Tee it up. This has to be your best swing. Second shot.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Close again. Actually,
that
a
all
tough
day, just
par for a
15
putt.
feet.
It's that sneaky distance.
Try to ride this real quick. Shaved and
Dropping a
burned.
shot here late in the round, Frank, with that bogey at the 14.
Oh, weird break.
Now at -2 for the day.
It's alright. It's alright. 2
Back to the
bogeys today.
TPC Sawgrass.
So, a
15
lot of pars.
holes,
Whole lot of
par 4s.
pars.
We make our way to this finishing stretch.
Couple birdies.
And Frank, what's in store for the players here?
Birdies.
Another one of those par 4s around 450 yards. Ideally, hit it tee shot down the right side, keeping it away from that bunker. But that's a flat bunker down the right with no lip, so it's still not too bad. Biggest problem here is that green. So many undulations on this green.
That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot.
Alright. I'll actually bump that up. Nice. Take a practice swing. Looks good. That looks good too. That looks
Seems
nice.
to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green.
I think that might be an easy birdie.
That will be
Oh.
a great look at birdie.
Yes.
Well, we've heard about this talent for a long while now. Birdie putt, and a chance to get just one step closer to earning that
And
golden
sink
ticket.
it.
Chance to play the PGA Tour.
He's got to put it together right now, Frank.
Join that trio at the top.
Now the start of the gauntlet, 16, 17, and 18. Par 5, 16. Frank, Tiger made birdie here all 4 days in winning in 2013.
Fred Couples made that fantastic eagle many years ago. Hole bends a little to the player's left. You don't have to hit driver here if you're a long hitter, but you really must move that ball right to left.
Set for his next shot from a good position in the fairway. Frank, as we watch the Web.com Tour Finals, anyone in particular you think could be a breakout star? Someone like a Keegan Bradley who jumped right out onto the PGA Tour and won the PGA Championship in his first ever start in a that's out of bounds, and it'll cost him a shot. Can add up quickly, Frank. This already his 4th shot.
Yeah, time to knuckle down. Really wants to hit one of his better shots right now.
Stay away from that water, bro.
This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
We're gonna have to par it.
And he's putting for par now.
Oh, what's this at?
Doesn't dig into the lead with that par, but Frank, sometimes, and you know this as well as anyone, you just have to kind of maintain your footing out there. Frank, you know what's great about 17? If a buddy's played the golf course and they come back and they tell you, hey, I played TPC Sawgrass, what's the first question they're always asked?
Did you hit the green?
What'd you make at 17? What'd you do there?
Yeah, but you know what the best thing about playing with your buddies in 17?
Frank, they threw him a life vest. He's
me?
back on dry land.
And I hope this time he swings, he doesn't have the water wings on.
3rd shot now, after the last one found the deep blue.
All right.
You can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for.
Bogey it.
You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
That's a bogey.
It's alright. It's alright.
Now one of the more difficult holes in golf. The 18th here at Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4. In 2013, this hole averaged .39 strokes above par. What makes it so challenging, Frank?
Just that big
That's
body
nice.
of water that's to the left of 18 here, that's also shared to the right of 9. Not a single fairway bunker on this 18th hole. So really, lack of definition. It's so hard to find a target here.
That looks good. Alright. I may be liking that. Bounce up. Be a very long putt for a birdie, but anything is possible.
Not his best.
Yeah, outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
Read.
Pretty good stroke right there. Just hit it through the break.
It's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Again?
Well, for such a strong man, weak putt.
Now I'll have to make this just to avoid making Michael Dublé.
We're gonna go one
So a good
under.
performance today, 71.
Ouch.
Second
Not a
round
good way
coverage
to
coming
end.
your way tomorrow. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner
The
alongside Frank
18th.
Navalo. So long for now.
That's okay though. How many levels do we go up? 4 levels. Let's continue.
EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present second round coverage of the Web.com Tour
under.
Championship.
20th place. Let's get in the top 5.
Tee shot here at the first.
You immediately see what Pete Dye tries to do here, Rich. This hole looks like a straightaway par 4, but just that fairway shaping to the left and shaping to the right makes a very, very short par 4 difficult. Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Seems to like it. Headed for
That's
that
good.
part of the green. On the green,
Spin.
and a chance for birdie here on the first
Went
hole.
back, but that's
And
okay.
the computer dials this one up at 26 feet.
Too hard.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Locked in on the read and the speed.
It's alright, we parred, it's okay.
They'll take it. That's a par. Now to the second. Frank, what do you make of this hole?
Well, over the years, we've seen more and more people hitting 3-wood off this tee. And the 3-wood's normally easier to draw, and it doesn't run out down that right side.
I don't need no 3-wood. I can't hit my 3-wood as good though. So
And from the fairway for his second shot here.
let's get this right around there. Let's get that out of the bunker. Let's turn that, shape that right there. I'll take it.
Third shot coming up at this par 5. Still a good chance to make birdie.
Yeah, just make sure you have the right number and the right club.
Looks good. Let's do a practice swing here. Looks good. Can get a nice little hop.
Playing a par 5, Frank
French.
on that third shot.
Yeah, it's a poor decision. But hopefully he can eradicate that from the memory banks and really knuckle down on this. Do not want to drop a shot or make 6 here.
Been this way all day. Airtight, no mistakes. Solid shot.
And yet another green in regulation. Well, that was a tricky one, but it's in.
Setting up for the third hole here at TPC Sawgrass. Relatively short par 3 at 177 yards.
But you've got to carry that ball at least 4 or 5 yards onto this green, even when it's firm.
Oh, not Murphy. No way we hold.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today? Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time that one gets him in the top 10.
Hole number 4 here at TPC Sawgrass. 384-yard par 4 deep fairway bunker to the right of the landing zone. You want to avoid that. What else is there to look out for, Frank?
Those huge mounds on the left, they're just as penal really as the bunker on the right. So this is one where you have to pick an object in the distance. Really focus on that.
That was just a beautiful drive. He hit it solid and right in the middle.
All right.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. That's good stuff right there. Wonderful approach, and now a really good look at birdie. Made par yesterday, this one for birdie. Right off the edge.
Are you kidding me?
Just a fraction softer, then it might have just turned in.
Nudge this one home, finish it up.
That is
A good effort, a good par putt. Fifth hole, good
Sad
par
for me.
4, isn't it, Frank?
If ever a hole was built for Lee Trevino, who used to love to cut it, this would be the hole. It just looks and screams for a shot that's hit left to right. And that's the only way really to avoid bunkers left and long, and that one that's all the way down the right side.
The second shot now to the par 4. That's well played. Now a good look at birdie.
Oh,
Just needs
maybe.
to keep it steady here over the putt.
Enough break.
Now, just when you thought they might pick up one, now settle for a par.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round.
Where's that?
And drops it in.
Alright, 2 under.
Frank, this isn't a hole that sort of jumps out at you the way, say, 17 does.
Yeah, a lot of times people will just sort of gloss over it, but anytime you get a par 4 into 400 yards, it's a great opportunity. But once again, a positional hole. Take advantage of it.
Frank, now the second shot here at hole number 6.
Yeah, not overly long, but be very aware of these palm trees that are short. Many a shot caught those trees coming into this green.
Well, I'm reminded of what an old caddy used to say about the great Lanny Watkins when he was on fire. You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
I'll take a birdie. That's an easy putt.
Good birdie right there, Frank.
Oh, time to get another cup of coffee. Things are heating up.
7th hole here at Sawgrass, Frank, a bit uncomfortable off the tee.
It is. It reminds me a little bit of the opening hole, much longer version, where when you stand on the tee and look at the green, it's a straightaway hole. But that fairway goes to the left and it comes back to the right. But they're all optical illusions.
This is position A, right in the fairway, and 180 yards to go.
Surely not.
Pretty good shot, Frank, just inside of 20 feet.
Yeah, 19 feet is what we're hearing.
Who knows? It is a 4-round tournament.
That was
setting
really
himself
nice
up for a
putt.
good
Not a lot of
weekend,
break on
maybe a
it,
great
so.
one. Young
I
star
like
makes
a
his
little
birdie.
easier. Let's go max to the left. Max distance on my 3-wood. That's gonna get in the range. Oh, bounced up in the fairway. That's actually a nice roll.
That's a good shot right there, about 15
Good
feet
chance
away.
of the birdie.
Good look at birdie. Birdie try again here today. Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Frank, I think this is one of the most fascinating holes on the golf course. The 583-yard par 5 ninth hole.
With technology now, a lot more players can reach this par 5 and 2. Gone are the days where it was a true three-shotter, but I remember when Sergio Garcia hit that three-wood from, what was it, 270, 280 yards? Still one of the best shots I've ever seen. Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Frank, when you think layup shot on a par 5, you think it's easy. This isn't necessarily that simple, is it?
No, you've got to keep the ball to the right. Otherwise, those overhanging limbs on those trees on the left, they become havoc.
Well, Frank, you hate to miss the green on a par 5 with your third shot.
They say par 5s are the easiest holes to birdie, but the hardest holes to make 4. Making a 6, though, that certainly sets yourself backwards. So tough up and down.
Pretty good shot right there. Frank, how does that par help his cause?
It certainly doesn't hurt it.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Frank, it's a nice walk to make down the fairway when you can see your golf ball right there in the middle.
Rich, there's an old saying, fairway first. There's another example. Hit it in the fairway, and the game becomes very straightforward.
Just a beautiful tee shot. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. That will be a great look at birdie. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Oh, that hurts.
Just a fraction too aggressive. Remember, line and speed go together.
Sometimes you want that birdie so badly, all of a sudden you're faced with a lot of work, more work than you had hoped for, just to make the par. Let's go to the 11th. Now, it's a par 5 and a fun hole, Frank. You can make anything from 3 to 7 here.
And that's why, as the start of the back nine, especially on a Sunday, this becomes such a pivotal hole to start a run. Big body of sand down the left side that sometimes the longer hitters can get close to with the tee shot, but really it's the second shot. If you can reach this par 5 and 2, it's a very narrow green. The layup, well, it's actually an awkward layup, Rich, because you've got to push that ball to the left side, almost like a zigzag approach.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Par yesterday, now for birdie. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Well, too bad. He gives one back. Up to the 12th, Frank, and a good birdie chance here.
It's all right,
Good old
guys.
links, short par 4. This green really divides itself into about 3 sections. There's a little piece to the right, piece short left, and the one at back left. So as long as you know where the flag is, just push that ball into the section where it is. You get up there, you're only going to have 10 or 15 feet
All right.
left to go.
Totally agree.
Frank, drive down the right side.
Yeah, and it certainly opens up. Now you've got a full view of the flag, and this is birdie time.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach.
We should get birdie.
Another good look. Now a 7-footer.
got it.
And with that birdie, he moves into second place. Frank, 17 gets so much attention here at the TPC Sawgrass, but 13, par 3, is exciting in its own right.
It is, and it's actually more difficult than 17. One of the reasons it's longer, and also the green here. 17 obviously has two sections in it, front and top. This has, I don't think there's a flat piece on it. And every now and again we watch a ball roll all over this green and actually find the cup for the odd ace.
Good news is, Frank, you can see the golf ball. I guess the bad news is that's kind of an uncertain lie in that mulch.
Yeah, there's nothing really good about that. She'd rather be in the rough.
That is classic.
No chance of going in.
It's horrible. Horrible hit.
Good putt.
That's okay. We got a big recovery and saved ourselves a par.
14th hole, 481 yard, par 4, ranking second in difficulty, Frank.
Yeah, this one always gets overlooked, Rich. You've only got to flick the drive a little left, and all of a sudden your round just gets completely wrecked. Ask Vijay Singh. It cost him a Players' Championship. Many a player there has dealt with that left side. You will pay the price.
Great strike,
right.
Great result. Sitting up, good chance to attack the flag. Second from an excellent lie.
Get over there. There you go. Very long putt, but
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
all right.
Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then
Don't get mad. It's not like you were going to make it anyway.
missed out on that second part. Oh, I thought he had that. It happens sometimes, Frank.
breaks.
They don't all drop.
No, but you try telling him right now.
A drop back.
And he makes it for a bogey. Frank, the 15th hole certainly has the respect of the professionals.
But you're right. This is a positional hole where just keep the ball down the left center. You can't go too far, though, because you'll get blocked out or you'll run out of fairway. From there, it's really about knowing where the flag is, what position on the green, because this is another green that's not flat. If the second shot lands on the wrong portion of the green, we'll finish well away from the hole.
Frank, as players get set to make that next step, to graduate to the PGA Tour, what part of their game has to really be sharp?
Well, nowadays, all the players are powerful, so you're looking for other things rather than straight power. One of those things is adaptability. When you get out there on that first year on the PGA Tour, remember, you're going to be playing these venues for the very first time.
Maybe
against
really
people
this,
that have played
hopefully.
it 10, 15 times, perhaps, so they have an advantage. So you're going to have to adapt very, very quickly and put the time in.
Man, not ready to
There's an
breaks
opportunity
today.
wasted.
Just knocking in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect. Right?
Huh?
It's going to hurt the course.
He's made it. Now the start of the gauntlet, 16, 17, and 18. Par 5, 16. Frank, Tiger made birdie here all 4 days in winning in 2013.
Fred Couples made that fantastic eagle many years ago. Hole bends a little to the player's left. You don't have to hit driver here if you're a long hitter, but you really must move that ball right to left.
Take some medicine. if you heard me, I had to go take some medicine.
Frank, as we watch this
My nose got
Web.com
too
Tour
stuffed
finale,
up.
what names jump out at you?
All right, we're back
Carlos
here.
Ortiz, Justin Thomas, I mean, they're just two that really, that I've actually watched on the range and been very impressed, not just with the way in which they've hit balls, but the way in which they've taken it to the golf course. Really, when you look down the whole range, though, too, all these guys can play. They're all capable of making it to the PGA Tour, but I just think Justin, with his amateur background, and Carlos Ortiz looks like he has
The
a
ulterior
competitive edge.
graphics.
Justin Thomas
so
is only about 145 pounds, but he launches at 320, 30 yards with tremendous ball and swing speed. On the other side of the coin is Tony Finau. You and I have been in Tony's company. He's built like an NFL tight end.
Yeah, he and his brother actually were more known for long driving, but yeah, Tony's throttled back a little bit on the power, and he's developed what you would call a very complete golf game now. It's not just about the power hitting.
When Tony throttles back, he can feather it out there with a 3-wood about 307. Put a birdie on the card here yesterday, don't forget. And getting ready for the putt. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No,
Like getting robbed
kissing your
every
mother-in-law.
day.
Just a little tap in here. Has his par. It may well be the most famous single hole in the entire sport of golf. The 17th, the Island Green at the TPC Sawgrass. Everyone wants to play it at least once before their days are done. And if you do play it, you know you're going to go home, and your buddies are going to ask you, what'd you make at 17? You better have a good answer.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Will you try up next? Made a par in his previous round. This time,
So
it's for birdie.
nice. Or
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
He has this attempt for par.
it's okay.
Simple, solid. He'll take it.
Let's birdie.
But one
Get
that
under
you need to
4
make.
here.
People always talk about 17 being visually intimidating. Frank, what about 18?
If there's a little bit of wind off the right, the tee shot is so much easier. But if that wind is coming off the water, not only do you see the water and the wooden bulkheads, you see all the rough and the trees on the right. And of course, then you start bringing 5, 6, 7, even 8 into play. That's what makes this tee shot so hard.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. It's just the flag.
Oh, it looked like you caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, what he caught, this is way too much. That just came out blazing. As soon as it hit the green, it was never going to stop.
And he's
We
made
may
it
not
onto
even
the
par
green.
here.
Little redemption chance here. Had bogey yesterday.
Alright, we parred it. I'll take
And he
it.
has it.
A good putt redeems all.
There you have it, Frank. The second round is complete. What are your thoughts?
I think anybody looking at this leaderboard, anybody in the top 10 of that leaderboard is certainly in a good position to win. Quality of golf there in that first 10 is excellent.
Alright, we're at 7. Oh, 7. Okay. Okay, let's get in.
EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present
Is
Web.com Tour Championship. This is the third round of the
40.
Tour Finals. So into the weekend, Frank, and just remind people what's at stake here.
Top 50 players are going to go forward and play the big tour, the PGA Tour, the chance to play in major championships, the chance to become a star of the future. And right now, Rich, there's just 36 holes separating them between now and their dream.
2 more rounds.
Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
This, the second shot here at the par 4.
Should be safely on deck.
On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie.
And we sink it.
That's a good birdie right there. And to 4 under par for the championship. How about this second, a par 5?
Well, if you're brave, you try and flash it down that tree line down the left, but there's a couple of limbs that poke out. Every now and again, they catch an errant tee shot.
All right.
Nice position, short grass, second shot.
That's a nice strike.
Third shot coming up at this par 5. Still a good chance to make birdie.
Yeah, just make sure you have the right number and the right club.
Looks like
Wow,
we're in a
Frank,
birdie,
he's got it
boys.
there.
Yeah, that was just some shot of an easy birdie.
Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
So one shot closer to the lead, that birdie. Now the par 3 third.
Not overly long, but 2 is a rarity here. Difficult green, and you don't see a lot of tee shots actually
go
finish
5
close
iron.
here for some unknown reason.
Looks good.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no
Maybe.
problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Frank
I
hit the
overdone
green,
it a little
but
bit.
Just didn't have enough backspin.
So you want
So
to rest
good.
in on that.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just ride a par down at the end of the
Oh
hole.
my
Don't tell anyone
gosh,
about it.
skipped
It
over
certainly
it.
won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
18-footer. Ah, it's nothing.
So a
Never
drop
mind,
shot
I
here
guess
at the third
not.
hole, Frank.
I don't know.
Yeah, another putt missed.
Clean this up with a tap.
Bless me.
With so few holes left, bogeys are just that much more expensive.
That will really hurt his chances of catching the leader. Frank, how difficult is it to access the hole location if you miss the fairway here at 4?
Well, if you miss it left, I've got to say the lesser of two evils is to be in the bunker on the right.
Nice strike. Oh, wait, let's see something real quick. Sorry, guys. I keep going back and forth. Alright. Let's look at this real quick. Just a little bit. Oh, it's going
I think
right.
he's headed for it.
No, we're good. No. Oh,
So the
my
second of the
God.
par 4 goes begging, and now we'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Help.
That was not an easy bunker shot. He made it look so easy.
Well,
Really good
yeah, it was
composure.
better
That
than
bunker was
nothing.
not going to mess up his plans here.
Oh, par it. Oh, that's a nice recovery.
That's a good par there, Rich.
Fifth hole here at TPC Sawgrass, long par 4. What's the challenge, Frank?
Depending, really, if you're long or short hitter, the long hitters have the luxury of taking it over the corner of the bunker down the right. Shorter hitters really play at that bunker down the left, 320 run out.
I can't put it right in the middle.
Good lie in the fairway. A good chance to make something happen here. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green.
All right,
Great
let's
effort
put
right there.
birdie
And a
in.
great chance to knock in that short putt. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
That looked like it nearly got below the lip, the level of the lip there.
Can't believe that one, Frank. That was a complete horseshoe right there.
It's all right.
Did the job right there. Another shortish par 4, the 393-yard par 4 sixth. Frank, what's the challenge here?
There's two bunkers down the left, but that's not really the problem. If you hug that left side, there's palm trees that come into play on that second shot. After that good tee shot, Rich, it's time to take full advantage of it.
And this is one where he can really go after the whole location and maybe think about making birdie.
I'm thinking about using my this iron. Looks pretty decent. Yeah.
Birdie try up next. Par yesterday, now for birdie.
Hey, birdie. Nice.
Good birdie right there, moving to third place on the leaderboard. Frank, what do you think of the seventh?
Interesting par 4 for two reasons.
Yeah,
The
accidentally
undulating green
unplugged
on
my
the end of the
mic.
hole, it also
Sorry about
shapes to the
that.
right. That makes it look like a dogleg right. But really, you want to play that tee shot just inside
Yeah,
those
unplug my
bunkers
mic
down
there.
the right side.
Get in to say there's no practice swings needed. Looks right down the heart of the fairway.
Great drive.
Came right out of the middle of the bat. Strategically, Frank, how do you like to play this hole?
You've got to be aware of where you don't want to go. That front right bunker is probably the easiest bunker shot on this hole, but there's a little pop bunker on the left. That one there, always difficult to get it up and down.
That looks good. Yeah, that looks good. Nice spin
Approach shot.
to the right there.
Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today.
Ooh, not enough break.
Man,
Not enough.
I just pushed it.
boy, that hurts.
It's alright.
Moves up into second place with that par.
He's got his eyes well entrenched on the leader.
TPC Sawgrass, the fabled stadium course designed by the legendary Pete Dye. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novelo. Here at the 8th, Frank, most players are happy walking out of here with a par 3.
And the reason why, it's a very narrow entry to this green. It's just littered with bunkers around,
Oh,
left, behind, to the
jeez,
side,
why did
and
it
even
go?
short. Once you get
Why
further
did
up
that
the green,
stop?
and this is sort of an undulating green, it starts to widen up. So don't get trapped into just looking at the front of this hole.
Alright, I guess try
Frank,
to
you thought
par it.
about getting the ball close to the hole from that spot?
Well, he had no chance to get it close. I thought he had very, very, very little chance of getting it on the green. So given that, that was a very good shot.
That looks good. Ooh,
Frank,
that would
it's
have
our
been
job
good.
to get excited.
You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's
If I had a
making my
little more
job hard.
power. Is that our first bogey? I want to see it is.
So that's a drop shot. Frank, now at the 9th, this really is one of my favorite par 5s in the entire sport.
And I certainly enjoy watching people play it today, Rich. It used to be unreachable, but the longer hitters now, we're starting to see them go for this par 5 regularly in 2. And the reason why, they start to hit the drive more down the right now than what they used to. People used to try and go down the left side. The right side, it hugs the water, but you get a better view of the second shot.
Looks good. Looks pretty darn decent to me. So let's get a good chip here.
This is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
This is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking
That's
at
a
right now is just
beautiful
the play.
shot.
Well,
It's
this one should be
great.
safely on deck here.
Are you
What a
kidding
shot.
me?
Perfectly placed right next to the hole.
Who sunk that?
Birdie putt coming up. A par on this hole yesterday.
Game's look at how close that was.
Frank, tie atop the leaderboard now.
I think it's certainly starting to get everybody captivated.
That was a nice birdie. Excellent front side. Trying to keep it going here on the second 9.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep going?
Yeah, but I missed a lot of those opportunities too. You work on my putt, probably get position up. But perhaps putting up.
Rich, now's the time to knuckle down. I know things
Only
haven't gone right up to this
7.
point, but really, this is where you can still get something out of it. Just give yourself that opportunity. You're good enough.
Beauty of golf, Frank. One good strike comes off the center of the bat, one good result, and you begin to feel differently about things.
Ooh, that looks good. That looks good. Maybe.
That is how it's done right there. What an approach shot. This is an 11-foot putt.
Horrible.
Frankie took
Look
plenty
at
of
that
time on this
line.
birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with it. That's a good part
It's
given
okay.
the situation.
Still tight, still close. Now the time to be aggressive. Par 5, 558-yard, 11th hole, Frank. What's the key here?
Tee it high and let it fly. This is the big chance here. This is one of the widest fairways on the golf course. This is where you chance it all.
Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
Nice position, short grass, second shot.
I love this hole.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's
I don't
on
know
plush
why I
carpet.
just like this one.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Bit surprising. Misses the green in regulation here at the par 5.
Yeah, you'd think this is one of the easier holes on the golf course. So now just trying to avoid 6.
Oh,
And he's made the green.
well, I'll take a
Locked in
par.
on the read and the speed. Good par. Frank, what's so much fun
I'll
about
take a par.
TPC Sawgrass is the excitement that it generates for a fan and how many different holes there are. 12 is a good
Well, that's
example.
beautiful.
Yeah, 12 looks like it's fresh from Scotland. You can see why Pete Dye spent a lot of time over there. Tee shot looks straight away, but the second shot is blind. The shot you get in Scotland with the wedge, where you just see the top of the flagstick, and you've got to really guesstimate on the yardage that you have.
Good.
But a good wedge shot and someone that can judge their distance.
Ooh, bad
This is
swing.
still a birdie hole.
It's gonna curve all the way to the right. Still not a bad shot though.
That one about 20 feet away. He'll settle. Bogey here yesterday. Chance to better that today.
Oh, birdied. Yeah, that's a long
More than a bonus
putt.
on the scorecard, that.
Number 1 so far.
And Frank, we always like when they have the whole location back left and that ball trickles down, feeds. You can see some really good ones and maybe even an ace here.
Yeah, just like Mickelson a few years ago. Down there, it looked like it was going to flirt with a bunker, ran up and over the ridge, and in it goes. This is one where you have to play ground ball as well as high ball.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try.
Yeah, how long it's taking to read? It's like 73 feet.
Into the tall cabbage, that ball is swallowed up. This requires a lot of speed through the ball.
It's like we're a bogey. Maybe not even.
Just 5 feet
It's
left.
not good. You know, we just got into the lead. We may, I think, be tied.
That's a bogey, but that probably won't hurt.
Yeah. Not really.
All right, Frank, this one gets everybody's attention. 14th, 481 yards, par 4.
It's not just the length of this hole. Water down the left, mounds to the right. This is it. You've got to buckle up here. Tee it up. This has to be your best swing.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. Frank, challenging approach shot here at the 14th.
Yeah, there's some subtle mounds in this green. One that comes in on the right, and then another one that starts to come in about 2/3 of the way down on that left side.
Be difficult birdie.
Safely aboard.
Birdie, so.
And getting ready for the putt.
Oh, 30 with the.
On the way.
Are you kidding me? That was great.
Given the
Wow.
situation, things so tight
Great.
at the top.
That's
very,
beautiful.
Very good birdie.
That was huge
What a
right there.
beautiful
Still a
shot.
great chance to come away with this title.
All right. Okay.
Frank, what's the key on this approach here at the 15th?
Well, knowing exactly where that pin placement is, Rich, there's mounding, there's that little gut out of the right side of the screen. If you miss your mark here, that ball can easily finish 30 or 40 feet away.
That's too much.
Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch.
I should have selected a. That should be good, I'm thinking. Burnt edge.
Very nicely done, right on the dance floor.
Little redemption chance here, had bogey yesterday.
Breaks in early. Ah, nice putt.
And rolls
I'll
it
save
in.
us a
Nice
par.
putt.
Hey! Hey, shout out to the one person that is watching this.
16's an
Thank you
exciting
for
hole, isn't
watching.
it?
Well, that's where you get it, because you hear the roars. You start to see the big crowds that go all the way around 16, 17, and 18T. You feel where you are in the tournament, too. A movement that starts at 16 can be carried all the way to the clubhouse.
282. This is Garcia hit a 280 with his
Second
3-wood, so we gotta work on our strength. Jeez, in a good position. I guess right there, let's try to avoid that water. Get to the fairway, I ain't gonna bounce. Enough.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
That's in the fringe. No fairway. We have to chip it
Poor
again.
decision. But, well, hopefully he can eradicate that from the memory banks and really knuckle down on this. Do not want to drop a shot or make 6 here.
Oh god, that was... Well,
This one just requires a little bit of
we're at
focus.
the par again.
Got it for par. Frank, the history of this hole reads a little bit like
17,
an
what a
Edgar
great
Allan Poe
hole.
novel. It's scary. The highest number here was what?
It was 12, actually. Bob Tway, all the way back in 2005. 4 balls in the water. So if you're feeling bad, just think of Bob Tway and how he felt.
Oh, off the...
That is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one.
This is sad.
Shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game.
Are you kidding me again?
Not
It's
a gimme,
okay.
but
It's
well within
okay.
his range.
Not par. It's not that.
Continues
Something
hold
to get
that
happy
sizable
about.
lead
It's
on
the
the rest
par.
of the field. Now to the final hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4. Frank, is this one of the toughest finishing holes in the sport?
It is, because the simple reason you played 17 holes and the job isn't done yet.
That's a nice strike. 462. Let's try a birdie. Get under 7, that'd be great.
Now he just needs one final good swing here.
Where
The
he's a
approach shot to the
hybrid.
left.
He's so...
That green's starting to look
Oh,
a little
wood.
smaller than what
Yeah.
it did earlier in the day.
Yeah, it's like a practice swing. That's perfect. Now we can just execute it like that. Now. Another beautiful swing.
Surely not.
Yeah, hit, kicked and bounced.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. See if he can go
We make
one better than
this,
yesterday
I'll
when
be
he made the ball.
ecstatic.
This putt for birdie.
Nope. Good try though.
Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good.
It's not
Hard
bogey
attempt.
this. There's an early break, but I think that's gonna be good.
That was a good-looking putt, just not
Why
flying.
do I always bogey in the last
Sadly, he's
hole?
going to be disappointed.
I think I did
So
that last
they'll tap
round.
in.
Alright, so we're gonna be under 5.
Drop shot and a dropped position on the leaderboard.
This game's never about being perfect. It's about being resilient.
So through 54 holes, a really good position.
So we're
Inside the
second.
top five,
Mark
1 round to go.
Silvers
Yeah, those handful
is
of
under
players that we're looking
6.
at, Rich, they certainly have looked the best players this week, which makes tomorrow look like a real thrill.
Alright. So this is, yeah, it's gonna be a tough. I wanna win it. I wanna win it all. Let's go back. What's this? We got new. Now we gotta get to level 25. I'm sure we got some. Alright, so the last round of the Web.com Tour Finals, the finale of it all. Let's get in.
EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present final round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship. This is one of the most exciting days of the year in golf. It's the final round of the Web.com Tour Championship, the fourth and final stop of the Web.com Tour Finals. And Frank, this is the day that dreams are realized. And I'm talking about lifelong dreams.
You're exactly right, Rich. They say pressure is relevant. Perhaps the putt to win a major championship or win a PGA Tour event. What about the thought of actually having another career? That's right, 18 holes. That's what it's going to take today. And maybe you have a career that's going to last for many a year going forward. But it all has to happen today. There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Put a birdie on the card here yesterday.
Yeah,
don't forget.
it's pretty good. Birdie.
Likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today?
Nope, Burton edge. That's gonna be a par, maybe.
Just pushed it.
It's not an estimate or so.
So a tester from 4 feet. Wow. So close, Frank.
Are you kidding
Just
me?
time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Just a little tap in here.
That ticks me off just as much
Gets back
as
a
you are
shot,
ticked
and
right
now
now.
drops into third place after the bogey.
Yeah, it's not good. It's birdie this. It's par 5. It's pretty
Second
easy.
hole, it's a par
Pretty
5.
easy.
You think birdie or eagle off this team. We've seen a lot during the Players' Championship, but once again, you have to move that tee shot right to left. But be careful of those pines.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Third shot, looking for a good one.
See if we could birdie that.
Great look at birdie. These putts keep the round together. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Frank, a solid par right there, maintains his position. So we started with a par 4, then a par 5, and now the 177-yard par 3 third hole. Plenty of hazards here, Frank.
You really break this green up into 3 portions. Front left, front right, and that back, just on top of the ridge.
That should be an easy birdie.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths.
Wow,
Frank, you hate
God
to miss
darn
from
it.
that distance.
More than a setback there.
Getting set now over the putt.
This stresses me out.
Good work right there. He'll settle for par.
Silvers is taking a quick lead.
So much focus here, Frank, on 16, 17, and 18. Number 4 is a hole that gets overlooked, but it's a fun one.
Yeah, the second shot here is more daunting, especially when that flag's on the left. So you really do start looking at that blue stuff, water.
That's in the fairway. Frank, the second here at the 4th is a dangerous shot.
Once again, this is another example of where you have to look at the green. Where exactly is the flag? If it's on that high portion, you've got to fly it all the way back.
On the green in regulation. Birdie putt coming up. Had a bogey on this hole yesterday.
All right, there we go. First birdie of the day.
With that birdie, moves in. Now to the 5th. This long par 4 thought to be one of the most difficult holes on the front side here at the TPC Sawgrass.
If you've got plenty of length in the bag, you can almost take it directly over the bunker on the right. But
Don't know what happened there.
You have to air down that left side.
And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way.
I don't know where that's gonna hit. I
Frank,
see.
long gone are the days when you putted with a simple blade. Now you look down and there's a frying pan on the end of a shaft.
Yeah, it looks like grandma's skillet these days. That's what it is. But, you know, putters are like drivers. What they've done with the technology is given you a bigger
maybe
sweet
a
spot.
par.
Even though putting is very, very precise, if you give a person a bigger sweet spot, he's going to make more putts.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
All right, we parred.
Well, that was a tricky one, but it's in.
Frank, you don't want to get too cute with that second shot here at the 6th.
I remember many a time, Rich, when they put the flag right of center. You try and hit it a little bit too close, those palm trees all of a sudden come into play. Hits one of those, that ball can go
What's
anywhere.
going on here,
What was he
buddy?
thinking there?
I have no earthly idea. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. A bit unfortunate in the bunker, Frank.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what his bunker plays like.
All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you've got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right.
Another par. I don't know what happened on that first
Plus, if you
drive.
get it to run like a putt, you never
Wasn't
know,
that
it might
bad
just
of
go
him.
in.
Locked in on the read and the speed.
That was
Pressure's
straight. I
on to
don't know what
make
happened.
birdies. Pars just aren't going to get it done, Frank.
Going to have to start aiming at some more flag sticks.
7th hole here at Sawgrass, Frank, a bit uncomfortable off the tee.
It is. It reminds me a little bit of the opening hole, much longer version, where when you stand on the tee and
That's
look at the
better.
green, it's a straightaway hole. But that fairway goes to the left and it comes back to the right. But they're all optical illusions.
Nothing to argue about there. Right in the fairway.
Second shot.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Jeez, that was nice.
This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday, and a chance for another one today. This for another birdie on this hole on the week.
There we go.
Moves into second place with that birdie. Frank, this is a hole that I really like. The 8th, 237-yard par 3, just a necklace of bunkers surrounding the green. What's the best approach?
You come out through that chute or that hallway of trees there, and this being the longest of the 4 par 3s at TPC Sawgrass, The green actually plays much smaller than what it looks because of that narrow entry.
Keep forgetting
Ball
this is
sitting
on.
down here in the rough. He's digging in.
Burnt the edge.
How about that
It's
shot
alright,
right
maybe
there?
par.
That lie in the rough to knock it that close, that's good. Shouldn't be a problem,
That hurts.
but not a formality either.
Weird break. I'm gonna just try to take it like that.
That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his
Weird
middle.
break. Weird
Makeable punt
break.
right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Frank, that bogey really
We
hurts.
dropped to 4.
Frank, the ninth is really a good par 5, isn't it?
There's so many options here. Just play it away, sort of 3-wood it down there, then go to the right and sort of wedge it on the green. But it's very tempting, especially in the right wind conditions. That's if they're coming over your shoulder for a right-hander from right to left. Then this par 5 is very reachable.
Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special.
Every time we go back to the players, there's always the talk. You know the meetings that we always have, too much about 17. And yet, everywhere we go all over the world, even when I played there, the one hole that was talked about in the locker room was 17, how unfair or fair it was that day. And it's the one hole that spectators always talk about. So in a way, 17 is TPC Silver.
You know, Phil Mickelson always said it. It's like walking
That's a,
on a balance beam.
it's a birdie.
That if it's 2 feet off the ground, it's no big deal. But if you raise that to 25 feet off the ground, yes,
Blom
it's
is
the same
wrecking
task,
right
it's
now.
that same beam, which you know you look down and you're in some trouble. It's the moment that makes it really hard. And when that crowd goes silent, and they always do, especially on a Sunday, when that ball is
He's in my
airborne,
group.
they go silent for that 2 or 3 seconds while it's hanging in midair, and you don't know, wet or dry, victory or defeat. It's really still one of the best moments in the game.
Yeah, 17 is golf's version of vertigo.
Well, you can hear it right off the center of the club face. This has a chance to be close.
It's pretty good.
Just a case of a hole suiting the player's eye. Made the birdie yesterday, and he has a good chance to make another one today. He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today?
There we go.
Well, very impressive and on the move right now.
Close game.
Now to the 11th, par 5.
Good tee shot, and then you certainly think about hitting a hybrid or a lofted fairway wood into this green that's really narrow, one of the narrowest on the golf course. There's a little pot bunker left of this green when you go for 2 that often swallows up that second shot if it's a little bit too conservative. But there's a lake there. Seen more than one ball splash in the pond over the years.
Nice position, short grass, second shot.
It's nice. We're getting a chip here.
That is tasty
Maybe
looking
execute
there.
the birdie.
Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from that. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Maybe par.
That is how it's done, right there. What an approach shot.
I'm at
Par
birdie.
yesterday. Now for birdie.
Oh, I thought they'd at least pick up a shot. Birdie
okay.
looked like a sitter. Now par.
Yeah, we get par.
That's how you maintain momentum. Make those putts for par. Now to the par 4 12th, and it's a pretty short hole, Frank.
Yeah, Pete Dye often doesn't get enough credit for his short par fours. This is a great example where one of the features of it is the blind second shot, just to give you a little bit of doubt on judging the distance.
Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Hey, we made birdie.
Putting all of his talents on display here from the rough. And he knocks it really close. Beautiful shot.
And we do.
That is some good work right there. Birdie,
Wow.
one shot closer to the lead. Frank, 17 gets so much attention here at the TPC Sawgrass, but 13, par 3, is exciting in its own right.
It is, and it's actually more difficult than 17. One of the reasons it's longer, and also the green here. 17 obviously has two sections in it, front and top. This has, I don't think there's a flat piece on it. And every now and again, we watch the ball roll all over the screen and actually find the cup for the odd ace.
Chipping.
Frank, chip shot here from just on the fringe. You like to hit this the way you would a putt?
Yeah, I normally take a club that's going to land just on the flat surface of the green, then run from there. Often
Don't
people
skip
take
over
too
it.
much loft.
That one was
Back in
running
the rough.
so hot. This requires a lot of speed through the ball.
We get that.
Oh, can you believe that too? I mean, could have hit the flag and bounced away instead, straight in. Amazing shot, and really deserves it.
Frank, the 14th hole. A lot has happened here over the years.
I think it's the litmus test on the back nine. That's where things really start to heat up. It looks like a straightforward tee shot.
I'm gonna
but
check the
often
timer quick. Okay.
Tide,
1:30.
and of course, if you think about that, you invariably fire the ball towards the right, where those hillocks and thick rough is, and virtually no chance of reaching the par 4 and 2.
Frank, challenging approach shot here at the 14th.
Yeah, there's some subtle mounds in this green. One that comes in on the right, and then another one that starts to come in about 2/3 of the way down on that left side.
Good swing.
Looks good.
Shot yet again.
Yeah, looks good.
Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at
He
the 14th.
does. Maybe.
Different day, different hole. Made bogey yesterday. He'll do better this time, it looks like.
Ooh, too much. It's okay.
Now, just when you thought they might pick up one, now settle for a par.
Settles in over the putt. Well, that's just a poor putt, Frank, and now let's hope he doesn't make a Michael Bublé.
He's hardly going to be singing after that one.
Hard to be perfect in this game. That's a
He
bogey.
dropped too.
Now to the 15th, and Frank, I know this is a hole that you really like.
Yeah, it gets no respect in my book, which I think is a shame. Just a nice dogleg to the right. And really two good shots, and a 3 here, which is actually a rarity. It sets you up for those closing 3 holes. Too often people just take 15 lightly. And 15 has just a gentle nibble that turns into a bite.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Here we go. Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday.
Got it.
Well, birdies are hard to come by in this situation. So tight.
Keeps him right in the thick of it. Frank, fans watching, they love excitement in the game. 16's an exciting hole, isn't it?
Well, that's where you get it, because you hear the roars. You start to see the big crowds that go all the way around 16, 17, and 18 tee. You feel where you are in the tournament too. A movement that starts at 16 can be carried all the way to the clubhouse.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. And now the second shot here at this par 5. Headed for the bunker? In the bunker, still with a chance for an up and down. Not missing by much today, but enough to again be in the bunker. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try.
How long? 41 footer. Par.
So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. 8-foot putt here.
Easy par.
And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Frank, it's the moment that makes it tough, isn't that right?
Yeah, you've made that walk from 16 green. It's 80 yards to the tee here. So as you walk along, and if your eyes venture to the right, you see it all in front of you. You see the crowd behind, and you realize this is the shortest par 3 on the golf course. But you also, if you think a little too hard, everything that you've seen over the years flashes through your mind.
Regarded as a very accurate player, that shot says it all. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday.
Ooh, that hurts.
Into the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes. And another good par.
Speed block.
Now to the 18th hole here at TPC
Silverman
Sawgrass.
chance.
462-yard par 4, Frank, and another example of visual intimidation from the designer, Pete Dye.
Those wooden bulkheads that go all the way down the left side of 18 give you like an optical illusion, Rich. And there's not a single fairway bunker on the right to give you something specifically to aim at. So you've got to fixate on one of those trees. This is not a hole where you want to be looking at anything other than a specific target.
Appears to be tracking well. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. This one just requires a little bit of focus.
Got the birdie. And that may be game
Impressive
for
numbers
us.
out here. We have 9 under for the tournament.
See
And that
the
wraps up the final round. Just a great performance by our champion today.
Couldn't agree more, Rich. I think
And
this
we
one
win
will
it.
have to go down in the books as an absolute classic. Fantastic play, not only in the course today, but all week long.
and we win it. Oh, we get PGA Tour cards for 2015. I think we'll play career builder. I think we will. Change our outfits. Sounds good. This looks good. We'll play. We'll play around a career builder. It's our first PGA tour.
EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage. Today it's live opening round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge. We're ready to go. Off to the first hole. Frank, were you the kind of player who actually might have been worried if you didn't have first tee jitters?
Definitely. You didn't have the energy if that was the case. But it's about turning that energy into some sort of positive form. Make nice full swings. Pick some good targets. And of course, you never know what's going to happen.
Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
All right.
This is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
A birdie will send him to 1 under on the leaderboard. Second hole, just 371 yards. Frank, are players licking their chops, thinking they need to make a 3 here?
Yeah, if you can just accept the fact that you're going to have a longer second shot than you'd think
What
for a hole
happened?
370 yards, then that's the first way to overcome this. Just put yourself a short iron in your hand. Do the attacking with the second shot. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough and into the thicker stuff.
Let's see if he can bludgeon this one out.
Wow, way to the right here.
And there's rough over there.
Not enough on that one.
What's going on?
Frank, here we go again. Another shot from the rough.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, let's see if he learned his lesson.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green.
Bogey.
That was well done, and now a very short putt to get out of here with a bogey.
Well, it could be a lot worse, that's for sure. 5 minutes ago.
So with that, the score is now at even par. Frank, Pete Dye certainly gives you a variety of holes, and we see that. Granted, 3 par 4s to start, but each one with a different look.
They certainly are, Rich, and it's amazing what one
What
good
is
bunker
going
will do.
on?
The bunker I'm referring to is the one down the left side. It's about 280.
Frank, this is always such a difficult spot for a golfer. You just hit one out of bounds, you're trying to regroup.
He's going to need to more than regroup now.
So now he's playing his 3rd shot, Frank, after hitting it OB.
A good tee shot, though. So see if he can string a couple of good shots together now.
Frank, what's the best way to get at this hole location here at number 3?
If there's a desired shot pattern, it's a little draw off the tee and a little draw in. And the reason why, if you look at the shape of that green, it's on a 45-degree angle to the left. So it really does suit a shot coming in from the right.
He'll take that one all day long. Very solid, about 15 feet away. Getting set now over the putt. That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed. Even par, currently.
The best start, 2 over par. Now back over to the 4th. Frank, what have you seen in the early going from our featured golfer?
A little bit of a struggle, unsurprisingly, really. Rich just a little messy.
Nothing wrong with that one. Only about 15 feet away and a chance for birdie.
So climb our way back.
Continues to putt beautifully. Frank, what'd you say at the top? Die on the left, die on the right. Is this what you were talking about?
Exactly, yeah. The 5th hole here, it's called double trouble. So yeah, there's chances for grief on both sides of this fairway. But if you're long enough, you can just sneak it past 335. That's where the water runs out. This is reachable.
So if you do sneak it out there, that would be the longer hitters. You might have what into this green.
Well, you can get home hybrid, maybe even something shorter. But remember, it's called double trouble. Avoid that. Maybe double eagle. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like.
Well, Mr. Ball does not meet
good.
Mr. Fairway.
Again.
It's off. Rough. Well, that's a smart shot. A lot of people would have tried to be a little more heroic from there. There was no need.
Back on the fairway, back in play.
Maybe a par.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track.
Hey, there we go.
Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week. Just a few too many pars. Frank, a long par 3 here at the 6th, 255 yards. Club selection, obviously, is crucial.
Yeah, and length is very important here. Something that can fly high and land soft is obviously going to make that green play a little bit bigger. If you get a breeze off the right or left to right into, this hole becomes very challenging.
And he went for the brief swim there, Frank. He's trying to stay dry now.
He is, just trying to avoid water on the brain as well. This will take a good swing.
Third shot now, after the last one found the deep blue.
Let's try to
You can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for.
redeem ourselves.
Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Frank, chip shot here from just on the fringe. You like to hit this the way you would a putt?
Yeah, I normally take a club that's going to land just on the flat surface of the green and then run from there. Often people take too much loft.
Frank, he has to be scratching his head as he reaches for a sand wedge or a gap wedge. It's in the hole. Just a sensational shot right there. Frank, if you want to play this game at the highest level, and no doubt our players do, you have to sort of be tactical. When you break down shots or break down a hole, how would you break down this hole? In a very smart way.
Yeah, I know what you're getting at there. A lot of people would think 350 yards, you could bash a drive
Alright,
down the and
pretty good drive.
The way to be aggressive on a strategic hole is to just put the first one in play in a position where you can attack with the second. And there's no shame in that. You can still walk off here more days than often than not with a 3.
It should be pretty good right there. On the safe side.
Alright, I'll take it.
Generate some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. Locked in on the read and the speed. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.